Y'all know what the crazy thing is? Okay, first, well, I won't talk about that. I'm thinking about how they had Meek Mill in a cage, butt naked. I had some thoughts, some ideas about that concerning the lady who called the police to get me in trouble. That came up to me looking like a shapeshifter in front of my face. Like her face started morphing in front of my face. She was like, and now I called the cops on you to get you in more trouble than you can get out of. Then I wished that she would, because I was listening to a Mommy Wata reading, and it said something about the part of the reading where she said the lady won't come to you because she know you will stump her into the ground or something like that. That's why she keep only coming at you spiritually. But the thing is, I was liking it at first if she tried to come towards me to try to unalive me, because I could get her close to me once again instead of her trying to hide like she's doing. Because where them people at now? I don't see they ass nowhere. They ain't like, oh, you at the hospital, girl? I don't see them like, oh, girl, you all right? I don't see them doing that. Where they at? I bet you they hiding. And they the ones who probably got some of these gang stalkers. I said from now on, when I'm not in my car, I'm going to be gang stalking the gang stalkers. I'm going to be seeing where y'all ass at, where you going. When I got time on my hands, I ain't got no watch on, I'm going to be going right along with y'all. See what you doing for the night. Oh my goodness. They ain't saying nothing like that. Oh girl, last time I seen you. It's because they stand away because they know they was wrong and they know it was intentional. Dumbass, well, I ain't finna say her name again, but my lawyers, both of those old ass ladies know exactly what the hell they were doing. They ain't old like that. One of them in her 50s, but I don't really consider them old like that because they know better. They have an intellect to know better than what they did, but they still did it anyways. It's a joke on all y'all ass. Get y'all ass out the street and stop looking over here at me. But sometimes I be in that mood, y'all, like, I don't feel like I'm angry, but when I think back on that stuff, like if something triggers me to remind me of that situation, and then I remember about all the things that happened, I'd be wanting to have that girl sitting up in a cage too. I don't want her to die. I want her to be alive, butt naked inside the cage, just like Meek Mill. I won't say the other things. It's something that my ex taught me about. Well, I am going to mention it, about like having a bunch of cuts all over their body and then throw salt on them. I thought I'd add some bleach as well. So, I'm sounding like that dude said, God damn. But for real, that's how I feel about that lady. Like, I don't even have to be there. And quite frankly, out of being upset, I might be the one to follow through with it up to a certain point. Because the way my heart is, if I see somebody suffering, even if they did something wrong to me, I would feel some kind of way about it. I would feel bad all of a sudden. Even though out of anger, how my anger felt at the time is put a bunch of nicks and cuts all over her body, then throw a bunch of salt water all over her, and then some bleach and anything else I can think of, and let that bitch sting. like that song in the bit when they talk about her, the lady being she was shaking and now she's stiff or something. That's how she gonna be, but it ain't gonna be from no sex. But the thing is, that I'm just saying, like, that's the kind of anger some people probably deal with. And then you got these people testing you every freaking day, playing in your face, just like the lady up there said at Walgreens. She said it's the fact, what make her angry about it is the fact that they play with her like she's stupid. They play with her like they think she's dumb. I was like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know how you feel. Because I be feeling that same way. I told her I know exactly what you're talking about. Because I was feeling that same way. Like, that's the part that make you upset about it. It's not like the fact, say like if somebody was stealing out of there. It's the fact that they tried to play her to act like she didn't really know what was going on, and play in her face and act like she's stupid. But they don't know they're the ones who's looking real stupid. So that's why I'm explaining. Cause I guess I got triggered reminding myself, remembering about this stuff happening. Oh good, that car left now, but I didn't want to park over here no more anyways. that van left. There's a minivan around here that's the FBI van. But that's what I was thinking about too, because every time I look on the stuff for, what do you call it? The Wi-Fi, I always see that FBI minivan pop up. But it could be just for full-blooded Indian. But I did see that one time where I was walking and then some guys didn't know I was walking. I don't know how they didn't hear me when I was pushing a stroller, but they had the computer and stuff in the van. It was just like how they showed on the movies. It was those type of guys in the neighborhood. I guess they were watching some wealthy people. I was gonna say Caucasians, but they could have been Asians, because that's the area I was in. When I was first homeless with my son in 2022, and it was like a regular van, but they had it open and they didn't expect for me to be walking by, and I saw them on their computer. Then they both looked at each other like, "Oh shit, did she see that?" And then I think they was wondering if I lived in a neighborhood, but I saw they ass sitting around there, so maybe they also was trying to gang stalk me too. Because I had seen, that's why they sent people at me, talk about something, you know too much. Like, if you don't sit your black ass down, who cares if I know too much? What it got to do with you? This stuff kind of got triggered from a conversation. A lady that works at Self Enhancement Inc. She called me at 8 o'clock at night to do something. I haven't heard from her in a while, so I forgot she's supposed to call weekly. That's why I told her she could just close me out like the other lady wanted to do. But she was like, then that's when she broke down. I told her I was exposing shit online anyways about how these companies not helping people like they're supposed to, and then trying to get rid of people that they're supposed to be helping. Anyways. Oh yeah, I forgot to check the mail. So, I just was sharing that because sometimes people, like, you can't tell stuff like that to your therapist. If I had that type of talk with my therapist, he would have did exactly what he did. Lie and make up a freaking story and ignore the fact that I'm telling him that there's some concerns for our safety. He'll ignore that, but then if I start talking like that, then he'll be like, "Oh, I think there's some problems with her mental health." He that damn retarded and stupid. That's why I don't really trust. And I apologize, guys, because I know that there's some really good melanated men out there. They're wonderful ones. I've seen them. There's very few of them up here that I've met, like maybe 3, maybe 4 over the past, since 2006. That's a long time. But to barely see respectable black men, even other black women know it. She said it herself. She said they don't like us. They're literally like not us, is what she said. And she's correct. But anyways, they're just pretty much, they got our same vessel, but mentally they're not us. They're not black people. And then around other black men that think like them, they're cool with each other, but that's about it. But anyways, she was like telling me she was proud of me. The woman that called me from SEI, she was saying how proud of me she was for hanging in there as long as I did. She said it was really tough. It was really tough. And she said she know I've been through a lot. And I hang in there. She said I'm a tough young lady. And she calls me kiddo sometimes. I'm like, are you serious? But I don't complain. She's a bit older than myself, so I probably do seem like a kid to her. But because I'm younger than she is, and I guess because of how I act, kind of still youthful. Where'd these people come from? They just walked out all of a sudden. Yeah, I felt it too. They probably came from the sidewalk, but it seems like, well, I don't want to talk about it right now because they start playing these stupid, dumb games. Like the person who lives over there, I won't even mention. But the thing that got me is when the lady said something about she knows what it's like and what I was going through, because years ago she went through a domestic violence situation and she got the same thing. She knows exactly what it's like. And it dawned on me, I'm like, you mean to tell me there's a lot of people, there has to be at least 10 people in this world that went through DV, especially in Oregon, and know how much of a difficult process it is, and that have actually gotten their positions and gotten degrees and stuff where they could, like, they could do something about it, who have not done anything but follow the crowd. One lady, she pretty much told me her story of her selling out because that was her only option, which is understandable. Doesn't mean that it's right, but I understand because she had a family, and she technically told me basically how her family are gang stalkers. How her family could technically be traffickers, and some of them work in the sex industry, like prostitution, and that's the people that she helped. I promise you, based off the conversation that I had with that woman, that was over an hour long, if I was still in the game, like if I was still out there in the streets prostituting or selling drugs, or if I was doing any of that stuff, I think I would have gotten more help. Because it seemed like, and she said it herself, it seemed like they help those people the most, the ones that are the troublemakers, the ones that are part of the problem. They help those people. She said that from her own mouth. I actually like this. Sometimes I check my house, like even though I have cameras and stuff in here, I still check. I guess it's because of that vision I had where some people was in this mansion, and when that person got home, the people were upstairs and downstairs, and the house eventually caught on fire. But before the fire happened, I saw it. Oh my gosh, that might have been real, because the other stuff came to pass too, that I saw a bunch of visions. Like the story was kind of mixed up, but the story about the 5 men in the submarine at the bottom of the ocean, that was one of the stories. But instead of it being 5 men, I saw it. What happened was it happened to a woman that I knew, and I found out. I don't know if that was her death of what somebody wanted to do, or what was going to happen, or what, like. But it's some people. It's too intricate. That's why they said I know too much. And after that stuff started getting revealed, y'all, as I'm talking right now, I just started remembering. And yeah, I don't have furniture in my house yet, besides the dresser and the TV and stuff. But that'll get there. I'm just glad to be in a house, a place to stay that is safe and a lot better. Like, it's not great, but it's a much better environment than where I was at. But the thing is, I'm starting to recall some of the stories that I uncovered in the privacy of my own home right before it was initiated that they put me in the psychiatric hospital. And it was orchestrated. I could tell because nobody was listening to me when I was telling them what was going on. It's like they made up everything. They knew what was going on all along, so that they can get me in the psychiatric hospital, so that no one would believe me if I was to ever tell anything that I found out. So that has to mean that there's some truth to it. Just like when YouTube removed one of my videos about contract law because I shared a private ID that's not supposed to be shown to the public. So and my protection as well, so they claim they removed the video. But I feel like now that I think about it, I feel like that's all a plot to help to cover up the truth, so a lot of people don't start to wake up. Because if they do, then that puts a lot of these organizations out of business, such as the jail. Because the funny thing is, like a woman was saying on the reading, they've let a lady get out of jail because she came up with the money for the bond. They cared about the money. If it ain't about the money, they don't care what you do. Like, that's why there's so many people in jail right now that's innocently in jail. That doesn't make any effort sense. I know I would be livid if I was in jail right now for something that I didn't even do. That's why my heart goes out to those men, and God's grace, maybe I can be helpful to those type of people in the future. I don't know how I could do that as of right now, but I do feel for those type of individuals. I know I can't help every single person by myself, but I think about stuff like that. But anyways, not to negate what I just said, because that's important. Like, I care about other people's lives, even though I started it off talking about putting salt on cuts and dumping bleach on a lady. But I don't think I would really do that unless somebody tried to come for my life in my face at that moment. And if they came in my house while I was in my house, that's when I would do something like that. And then even then, seeing them struggle, I'd be like, yeah, bro, you thought you were going to come up in my MF house and do me like that? Especially if it was Neapolis Malik Malachi, because I don't have no respect for those people. And for some reason in my spirit, I feel like if they don't now, it's gonna come to a point. I meant to say, in the future when they're gonna regret doing a lot of the things that they did, because when that shit come back to them like a wave, it's gonna hit them like a wave, and it's gonna hit in waves, and affect all of them. Everybody that had played a part, even the ones who turned a blind eye when they know what the heck was going on. When that shit happened to your ass, you gonna know what that's for. It's gonna dawn on you all of a sudden. You're gonna be like, damn, that's what that was. That's why that's happening. Some of y'all, you gonna know right off the bat. But I'm just saying the other part about that woman, because I think about it's, even though I don't really like Meek Mills like that, but who cares if I like him or not? Just like the lady on the comment section, she said she detests Lizzo, but she proud of Lizzo for losing the 100 pounds and stuff. I don't know why she had to say she detests her. Lizzo must have been doing something that these people judging her about, other than her being a melanated obese woman who's no longer obese, but a woman who was a little bit more heavier set, a few extra pounds, because I don't want to be disrespectful like that. I don't mean that, because my mom was heavier set too, and I loved her so much. And her weight did not matter at all. To me, she was like the most precious person in the planet. To me, at one point, my mom was God. And that's why God had to show me. I told God too. I told God about my fight in my mind about I struggled to, about that struggle. But anyways, I know I'm digressing here and there. But this is kind of like the stuff I wish I could talk to a therapist about. But there aren't very many spiritual therapists I feel like I could trust. Because there's some of them, like these tarot readers, they act like they for you, but in reality, they just trying to get that money and then set your ass up. And I know about it because there's one bitch I know online. Her ass, she was mad because I stopped watching her punk ass, and it came out in a reading. I'm like, how stupid. But you over there watching me privately. Every day I said something privately in my house, the next day she talking about it on her channel. I'm like, nah, you know that's ridiculous. At first I was like saying, oh, well, maybe we in tune. Hell no, I found out later on it went too far when that man came up to me with the cell phone, just like she was saying was going to happen 2 hours later. And I started figuring it out, but I'll talk about that some other time, y'all. What I was really talking about is like the Meek Mills. I know that's pitiful though. Meek Mills, like I didn't really F with some of his raps. Like it was annoying, some of the raps that he did on like the song that... Some, yeah. That song. You got the cloud going crazy. Something like that. All eyes on you. That song. I feel like the song would have been better if they didn't have his verse on there, or they changed his. And I know some people hating on me right now for that, and I don't care, because we got our own taste in music. But I feel like he was a little slow, and I feel like there's people out here that people probably discovered and still passed up on because they wouldn't sell their soul to their ass. But there's some people out here in this world that's so MF and talented that I didn't see with my own eyes. And I'm like, where they at when these mugs are around here? Where are the people that discover people? Where they at? Because I know some people that they got bars and their flow is immaculate. And people like, Meek Mills is up there. Now I said I didn't hear all his music, all of his songs, but there's some songs that I just don't like that he's on there, and I'm like, damn. I was like, what they got him up there for? Who booty he ate to get up there? I know that sounds real pitiful to say, but that's my real feelings on that. But he might be a good guy, but I kind of doubt it if they found him at the party in Diddy's cage in his house, because why would you even be there? Because what it sounds like is a lot of you dudes go there willingly. Like when TD Jakes was there. I'm like, what? What is TD Jakes doing there? And he preaches the Bible, and it says stuff about refrain from even the appearance of wickedness or of evil. One of the two. That's why I don't call myself a Christian, by the way, because, I still have kind of a dark side. But it's only for defense, though. That was the only way. Besides, of course, my angels, my ancestors, the Most High God provided the way and helped me. But I myself sometimes had to use my physical body, and God gave me the strength. But He saw I was willing, so I guess the strength was supplied. Because there's some situations it seems totally impossible, and there's so many stories of different people out there in the world where their strength was unmatched compared to their body structure and their body size. But yeah, anyways, the reason why I was bringing up Meek Mills, and to be honest, even though I said those things about his lines, like that lady said, she detests Lizzo, but she's proud of her. I don't really feel like I detest him, but I just don't, because I don't know him personally, but the songs, as far as him as an artist, I feel like there's so much more talent in individuals that are not even in the spotlight that could blow him out of the water. And some of the songs, but hearing that he was butt naked in a cage, that did something to me. I don't like to hear nobody going through nothing like that. But who knows what he may have done to someone else, and that could have possibly been their karma. And I feel like that's kind of what it's going to be like for some of these people when they go through their karma. Some people going to be feeling bad for their ass, real bad for them, and they going to be hurt for that person. But the thing is, they won't be able to help them. Some of them won't help them. Maybe not the people who feel bad will not choose to not help. But I'm saying, like, some people that probably would have helped them in the past, before they was getting their karma, they won't receive any help. Like, now they will, at this point, they won't receive any help to get through what they've going through, because it's their karma. It's do unto others what you would have done unto you. And that's exactly what's going to happen. But it's going to feel like it's worse. That's going to sting. Kind of like I was talking about that woman with the long black hair. That was looking like a shape-shifting devil in my face. Not the first time I seen something like that. One time it was in a gas station in Wyoming. My mom we was moving up here. We stopped at a gas station in Wyoming. The lady, she kept looking down. She wouldn't look up at me when she was counting the change. And I promise to God, her face looked like it was shifting downwards, like her chin was getting longer. I was like, am I seeing that? God, and that was back in 2006, y'all. I don't even think it was January yet. It might have been the end of 2005. I was about to be 14 years old in 3 months. So that's quite a while ago. I'm 32 years old now. So the thing is, it's crazy. Kind of why I don't know why that lady calls me kiddo. But sometimes I am hyper, and that's without energy drinks. It's just natural. That's why my son has so much energy, because he took some of it. I needed a kid. I was like, hopefully they'll take some of this energy I have. But then I realized I need to still have energy too, so I can put up with their energy being all over the place. But yeah, I just saying all that because I don't know. I think I feel a little better now to know that when I got triggered from that situation, remembering how it seems like, because I was just talking to God earlier today about how I poured out my heart and said how I apologize, but I feel like He take it too long to let justice be served. And I said, God, forgive me, because I know you got it. Our time is not your time and stuff like that. But anyway, I had to tell him for real, because I can't tell no therapist that. You see what dumbass did? He went in. I'm still going through a false CPS investigation. It's not even real, and it's open past 6 months. They trying to keep it open till probably November like they did last time, just because of his punk. I just think about him having to stink sweaty balls. That's how I think of him. I say, you stink sweaty ball behind, nigga. I'm sorry, y'all. But I apologize for the ones I might offend, saying this stuff like, oh, now she's taking it too far. I'll bust out laughing if I hear somebody saying that spiritually. Like, oh my gosh, now she's taking it too far. She's calling him, she doesn't even know the man. She's over there calling him a stink sweaty balls ass nigga. But that's how I feel though, because I'm like, you got to have stink balls and be a sweaty stink balls ass man if you around there making up false investigations, not intentionally not doing your job because you a hater and you jealous because somebody stopped doing certain things they were doing in their life and became happier and they were progressing in life. Then you want to wait till they start doing better to after they end. And on top of that, ignore our safety concerns where you could have initiated and then tell me that you think that I'm just paranoid. And then go and set a freaking false investigation. You abusing your authority as a therapist and do it under the guise of protocol. And you think I'm finna just sit here and be patient and sit on my hands and wait for you to decide when y'all gonna let up. Hell to the no. I'm not. I'm getting to a certain point now where I think even they recognize it. And I'm not talking about the people at DHS. I'm talking about the gang stalkers. Speaking of that, two gang stalkers just came in my dream last night. And I said, "You a gang stalker?" And she said, "Yeah." She was disappointed about it. She was sad. She was like, I'm like, "Well, girl, what you doing over here?" And that's how I felt about it. And then I woke up from that dream. But there was other stuff going on. But they was trying to, they showed me with their actions that they were gang stalkers. Coming in my dream. That's all right. Because now y'all finna, if I were you, I may not go to sleep for the next couple days. That's all I'm going to say. I'm talking about you guys, not me. I'm going to sleep peacefully. But, and if God, I mean, I'm not trying to hope that God takes me in my dream. But if I did go, that just mean it was time. People send out prayers for my son that he's fully covered and protected. But I already did that too several times, and I'm going to continue to do that. And we're going to be fine. But I just said that. But anyways, guys, I'm going to get off of here. Maybe it was too much. Let's see why.